My rap show, you can sample for example. My hands go faster than Rambo with no ammo. I'm in an action with no camera. Still out here taking chances out, man. I wanna leave with you, possibly stay with you. I'm the only dog in the backyard, so I'm the only one that get to bury my phone. She my only broad cause she go hard, and she the only one that get to answer my phone.
Matter, yo, it's God's plan, yo, it's all God's time.
This guy is involved, yo. I don't know about that, yo. You might be out about the wrong person. That was perfect. Everybody wants some fancy? They want some chicken? Find them. What is that?
A little hard, because I can get on you come around, you know what I'm saying? You get snack nice.
Coming at you live from Power 4.4 Radio, the station where the people are the power. True School Flavor is in the building. It's your boy, Mr. Antoine. Wombat 55 is on the other side. Handing out chicken boxes and french fries and all of that. We're happy to be here, man. We do this almost every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
We do this almost every Saturday.
Whenever we feel like it.
Yeah, that shit. I didn't want to miss the show today, so I sent my son in an Uber up to Delaware. The wifey took him up, man. He's going
My
back
wife
to
is
school.
in Pennsylvania right now at the Outlast. Yeah.
Shout out real quick, man, to, we was talking a little bit earlier, man, my man DJ Terry T from the legendary We Rock crew. Our first guest ever here on True School Flavor.
Yeah.
He's actually in Baltimore now, so we're going to get him here, actually in the studio, but
equipment.
yeah. But he's throwing a big throwback explosion tonight at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center. I believe that joint jumps off at 8 o'clock.
There's a lot going on today.
Got DJ Booby in town. Got Kenny K. Yeah, they flew Booby in from Vegas. They got Kenny K. They got DJ Jamal. And oh yeah, they got budgets. They got budgets over there, man. But definitely looking forward to going and hanging out with them tonight, man, and having a good time. Wombat.
Yeah.
55, 56.
Yeah, I'm going to the Books and Barbecue today up at Emerson Village. It's sponsored by the dude Shelly Stay Low.
Shout out to Shelly.
Also, I was driving here and there was a couple of cars, Corvettes that was driving up North Avenue, and they going to Pennsylvania. So they said it's a book drive. They're giving away book bags at Pennsylvania Avenue, right behind the market today. So we're gonna stop past there on the way to Shelly joint. There's a lot going on right now. We still got the books. We're still collecting school supplies. You drop off at Flight, which is on York Road. Any supplies will do. If you need a discount, a buddy of mine, Nari, works at Staples up at Catonsville, and tell Nari that Wombat sent you and buy those book supplies. 20% off today at Staples in Catonsville. Shout out to Nari.
If you tell them Wombat sent you, it might just give you some stuff for free.
Not Nari. No freebies.
So let's go ahead and get into this, man. Tell us who we got in the building with us today.
Okay, so after a long time of trying to get these guys, this is my guilty pleasure right here, because I had to say, if it wasn't for the Testament, I can't say that there wouldn't be a firm, but the firm versus the Testament is a true stone in the Baltimore hip hop musical legacy.
He has mentioned you guys on quite a few shows.
I mention these guys every time because I had to.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. We got App in the building. My man Stilly Hitters. Holler at the people that know who
How you gonna let them introduce themselves and then say their name?
They can tell something about themselves. I say who they are. I ain't say what they are.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name is Applejack, aka Uncle Sean. Sean Ski in the building.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? My name is NaspstAr. You know me. Still eating the place.
Yeah.
I'm here. What's up? How y'all feel?
Okay, good, man. Honored to have y'all here, man. Like I said, he's definitely, yeah. We kind of taking this show in a different direction from where we were usually going, and Wombat brings in a lot of acts, a lot of people that are like deep in the history of Baltimore hip hop, and there's a whole lot of stories that's been going on. We haven't been doing this. Have we been doing this a year yet?
I think no.
It's getting close to a year that we've been doing it. And there's been a whole lot of hip hop history that's come through here, man. And Wombat legitimately like talks about you guys like literally almost every week. Depending on where the conversation goes, you guys, man. So it's definitely good to have y'all in the building, man.
Hey, thank you for having us, man.
Yeah, of course. I couldn't do it without y'all. So let's jump right into it. First off, since I know she was a vital part of Testament, talk about that movement and how it started. How y'all got together and decided that everybody from Catonsville and Woodlawn would get into one group and rap.
On the real, it started, you know what I mean, with me and my man Goldie and a few other brothers that, you know what I mean, haven't been around, my man Snapple, you know what I mean, and Johnny Appleseed. We started off with a group called Midnight Frody, you know what I mean, my partner, Ronnie Rich, you know what I mean, my heart, you know what I'm saying. And we moved around, you know what I mean, Johnny was out in Randallstown, you know what I mean, even though we came from Woodlawn, you know what I'm saying. He's originally from Dundalk, I'm originally from Wabash, but we all hooked up in the Woodlawn, Johnny Creek area. And after that, we just linked up with Snow, my man Krem, who's also in Woodlawn, and it's just like, you know what I mean, one connection led to another connection, and it was like a chain reaction, you know, like a ripple in the pond. And more or less, like, before we knew it, over the course of like 3, maybe 4 years, we had about 15, 20 members, you know what I mean? Esau's a legacy, you know what I'm saying? That's my heart, you know what I mean? Naps, that's the man, you know what I mean? And I mean, there's so many other brothers, I don't really know what goes in there, you know us, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. You telling the people. I know the story. I've heard the story like at least twice.
But stuff like this is dope, man, because like I said, we had Terry T in the building the other day, and a lot of people was like, yo, who is Terry T? And I just be looking at people like, yo, you've been here as long as I have. Like, you're almost my age, and you've been in Baltimore your whole life.
Nobody's almost your age.
There's a lot of people almost my age. That might be the youngest person there right now. But people don't understand that the real history of the city, man. They feel like because we don't have Jay-Z's and Nas's and stuff, you know, on that level as far as popularity and record sales and all of that stuff, that there's no hip hop history here, man. I'm like, bro, y'all need to Google something, right? Or talk to Wombat, because Wombat seems to know all of the history of Baltimore hip hop.
Right. Remember the ripple skate days.
So were they a part of? Were y'all a part of like the legendary ciphers down at the harbor as well?
Yes, sir.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess more or less, if you want to call it that, I mean, we was just doing what we do. Yeah. You know what I mean? It wasn't even like it was trying to be something, you know what I mean? It was just, yo, wake up, if y'all mean your rhymes and my rhymes, and it is what it is, you know? I mean, for me, it was just, you know, trying to get out there and get exposure and trying to test our metal against other brothers. And it was like, you know, I mean, I gotta admit, we was quote unquote the county boys or whatever, so, you know, we had to come.
I thought about that.
You know what I mean? You know, we had a chip on our shoulder. We did. We ain't had it, you know, the Heightses and the Avs on our names, so we had to come hard. You know, they always thought we was playing.
I still do.
Y'all changed your minds though.
Bars is bars. Yeah, I mean, no matter what your zip code is.
Yeah, I mean, when they first started, when the ciphers first started, it was technically the Testament versus the Firm. So the Firm was about 12 people. Honestly, it was Figure, it was Dark Kane, it was the Pen Pals, it was.
That's a good thing. I like the Pen Pals.
It wasn't a lot of us.
Serious brothers too.
It was like I said, it was about 12 of us. And then we would battle the Testament, like certain ones. It was him, Pork Chop, Frody. Frody used to always have to battle the dude from Funkin' Architects. Kim.
Yeah, Kim.
Because Kim was 6'4" and Frody was 6'4", so it was like a
basketball.
It was like a battle of two tall.
Who was the better center?
The Battle of the Talls. So the thing that got me was that Hopkins Plaza thing when y'all all showed up with the spider shirt on. You remember that? Y'all had the spider shirts on?
Yeah.
And we went down there expecting it to be 10. Yeah, it was at least 100. Everybody from their neighborhood, everybody that rap with them. Like I said, Poor Chop had on the shirt, his shit was poking out, he was all fat in it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Big up Chop.
Yeah.
We really got to get Pork Chop up here, yo.
It's in the works.
I didn't realize that how relevant he was to the scene back then until you started.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah,
It was
definitely.
Ron, John,
Like,
it was Ron, John, and Sean.
It's like, you know what I mean, Pork, yo, it's like, I was like, put it this way, for me personally, like going back, like Pork, he really showed me, I mean, I started off like dancing for another group and I clicked, I mean, Jazz, Corn, and Crim, you know what I'm saying, and they kind of sort of showed me the ropes when they came around. I could write bars and I was writing for one of the rappers in my group, you know what I'm saying, but I wasn't necessarily ready to step out there on my own. And the thing was, they kind of sort of encouraged me, not even kind of, they did encourage me to go ahead and do it, and I eventually did it, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, like, but Pork was a mentor to all of us, you know what I mean? I got mad love for the man, regardless of, you know what I mean, what he do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. What about you, Saw?
Well, hey, I just came up from watching all these wonderful, great rapping guys. You know, I was just witnessing, man, standing there. I would, you know, be in the house. They would come in, they would make songs, make beats, they would record. You know, I just watched. I just grew up inspired from them. You know, my older brothers, Jam and Prodigy. So I ain't really have no choice, you know. I put the mic in my crib at like 13, you know, wrote my first rhyme.
You gonna rap?
It's like 14, you know what I'm saying? Wrote so many rhymes, I got so used to writing. That's all I did, man. It's just been in my zone for years. And
So let me go back to your origin. So what was the moment that kind of pushed you to the pinnacle of saying that music is for you? I mean, outside of having two brothers that was already doing it and being a part of a crew that was so cool. What was your moment that you personally decided this is what I want to do also, or this is it for me?
It was I would say, I don't know, man. It was like, you know, Rhapsody, the basement and everything. I mean, it was just everywhere for me. It was everywhere. Every time I wake up, I'm hearing hip hop music in so many different kind of ways. It's just in the household. You know what I'm saying? It's I couldn't fall asleep without hearing loop after loop after loop after loop. You know, come time to come bedtime. You know what I'm saying? Or even when I wake up in the morning, it's that break beat, that loop, that sample. You know, this man's doing what he's doing over here. He's writing to it, and I woke up literally every day, Jam on the board, or Prodigy on the board, or Apple, or Snapple, or Goldie, Ad Rock, or Tislam, any of them in there. You know, it's just it was just coming at me in every direction. I had no choice but to be a rapper, but to pick up a pad and a pen and just write. You know, staying up late nights listening to 88.9. You know, hitting record on the tape, on the radio, and making my own little mixtapes and just listening to all the classic people they was playing, Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep, like you said, not Utess, but
The Fugees.
not Baltimore group.
I mean, it's like your concrete, you know what I mean?
What was her name? Silhouette? Who was her name?
Yeah, concrete.
Yeah, they
You know what I'm
be
saying?
running their tracks on 88.9 a lot
Definitely.
in them times, and I was just influenced by them. Like,
K-Mac.
yeah, the whole Annex clique,
Huh, man.
J-Funk.
they was hard.
J-Funk.
Yeah, they was
J-Funk,
hard.
definitely.
All these people influenced me.
J-Funk
Like,
is instrumental in the foundation of the
You know,
testament.
you gotta
Even
understand.
though he's not necessarily, he's an honorary member more or less, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, without his production, or at the very least his facilities, you know what I mean, we wouldn't have never been able to do. It's like he helped us. Like I think the first verse I ever spit on the mic was probably in his studio.
Who?
J Funk.
I think the whole.
Hold on, man. Give us that verse. I always love to see if people remember their first verses, man.
Let me see. I mean, we spit so many, but no, I can't even recall. I can't even recall.
We gonna get one rapper up here one day that's gonna remember the first one he ever wrote. Besides the girl from Indianapolis, she had
That was
her
her first
verse.
interview.
Yeah,
So she was ready.
she was.
I mean, hey man, you hit me, yo.
I know.
The first one I ever really wrote and ever really memorized, I was about 17. And then when prime time, once again, I shine on men, you just noticing the best dress, nevertheless, fat tracks, yes. Bless your heart, smart, you're not hot raps, I got a lot. For your eardrums, something. And that's all I remember. Like, that's it, I just remember like the first 8 bars.
Yeah.
Like,
That's dope, man.
you know.
So the hip hop scene, the music scene as a whole, you know what I'm saying? Baltimore has always been more or less known for the club and the house music. So hip hop is kind of always looked at as like, you know, there's no real hip hop, you know, in Baltimore. Has there been a struggle to like kind of say, okay, yeah, y'all got y'all club, they got their lane, the house has their lane, but hip hop, you know, our lanes, we got lanes.
Yeah.
You know, and just trying to just get it up on that level where people respect Baltimore for the hip hop as much as they do for the club. And
not necessarily struggle for the hip hop in Baltimore, not necessarily. I enjoy places like Five Seasons when they had the first one on Charles Street. You know what I'm saying? And like every Monday, every other Monday, I would go down there, and it was definitely in effect. I mean, you had people like Lab Tech One that would come down there. You had all the MCs that would come down there and just shine, you know. And I don't even think Five Seasons was the only one at that time. It was on Charles Street.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't give respect to the powerhouse. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I don't think
That's
that was the
what- yeah.
only one. It was quite a few of them
Indigo.
in the late
Yeah,
90s.
Indigo, most definitely.
Bank.
Indigo, bank, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
it was quite a few. Like the hip hop always been strong in Baltimore, like always.
And you can say
talking about-
you can actually say
I
that
would
we
watch
laid the
out.
foundation for a lot of the organization that you see, like a lot of the poetry scenes that came along after us.
A lot of
It's
them
like,
still
yeah,
family,
right, exactly.
they
A
still-
lot of those roots were laid by the hip hop, you know what I mean, foundation more or less.
You know who really showed me at a young age at that time when I went down to the Auto Bar, one hip hop night, open mic night. There was one guy that showed me that this is serious, like
Who?
Ogun.
Okay.
Ogun.
No doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt.
He was on that stage and he was rapping. I'm talking about his voice was first. I was like, okay.
Yeah, shout out to
I gotta go construct. I gotta start really constructing because it's seriously right now in Baltimore. What's going down?
I made that face because that's been like Ogun is on my interview bucket list of people that I've been wanting to get
It's
here.
gonna happen. I
And
talked
we
to
finally had him
No,
2
it's-
weeks
it's
ago.
not-
Yeah, I know, but I was just gonna say we finally had him locked in 2 weeks ago, and unfortunately he suffered a loss in his family. Shout out to Ogun, man. I keep me personally. I just started doing radio about 5.5 years ago. So it wasn't until then that I really started getting into a lot of people on the scene. Wombat gives me a hard time all the time because he says I wasn't really born here, but I've been here all my life except for the couple of years that I was away in school. But
Nice.
Ogun is that constant name that keeps popping up. I met him probably about 5 years ago when he was hosting one of the Chenier Awards.
The Crown.
The Crown Awards, the Baltimore Crown Awards. And you know, it was just in passing, hey, Ogun, what's up, and that was it. But the more and more that I've been doing this, the more and more that I hear his name, and I'm starting to understand how much of a staple he is, you know, to hip hop community. So I can't wait to get that dude up in here finally. We might have to give him like an 8-hour show because he has a lot going on. But yeah, we definitely gonna get him up in here.
Yeah, I mean, technically, it's certain names. Like we was having a conversation at Career's wedding. Him and B Fly got married, and they were saying that if there's a story to be told about Baltimore, there's certain names that you're gonna have to mention. You're just gonna have to, Molly Man. There's certain people that you're gonna have either a conversation with or mention their name. Ooh from Brown Fish.
Oh man, God rest.
Yeah.
Smash.
Yeah.
Every love the Wood Lows. There's certain names that you're gonna have. Yeah, of course. I hate that. Yeah, but seriously, like I said, so yeah, I'm just glad to be able, like I said, to be so relevant for the past 25 years on the whole thing. Like I seen it when it started, I seen it when it took a dip, and I'm still here now, trying to carry the torch and pass it on to people who interested in knowing about it. That's why I got you guys up here today to show them that it's real.
I forgot to ask the staple question. When the album dropping, man?
Shit, we got
I'm off on Friday, so if you can get me in on Friday to do my little part, you know what I'm saying? He's scared to let me do some bars because he don't want me to outshine him on the album. So I got to do a skit.
He's talking about battle.
You got signed a confidentiality agreement.
My battle is with you, bro. I ain't got no problem with them. Yo, I'm 1-0 versus Wombat in the battle, and I won't battle no more, yo. I'm retiring undefeated.
You better retire.
So let's get into one of these joints that y'all sent us, man. Which one y'all want to do first?
Either one.
Either one?
You can bump status or still E.
Still E. Let's go ahead and get into that one first, man. We're gonna drop this joint. We'll be back with more True School flavor coming at you live on Power 4.4 Radio.
Yeah.
Yo, we supposed to have split star. You ain't seen the flyer? You supposed to been here Thursday. But he,
Special shell flow next to none. Still special number one. Tommy gun, jamming over jamming. I'm a slaughter. Show them like flavor, flavor, rocking them clocks. We hip hopping, rocking rhymes, to the break of wood. Everybody sing along, blow desert storm, blow you away. With this cannon on my arm, send you astray. Rocking, no stopping, we flashing with titans. They hit you, be right, so out of sight. Got them saying we like them, the best in the business, the rest pretenders. Low dependence, shit, you'll split it. Sooner or later, we win it, the chemist. The best of the
Bars coming out of
Take me to the top. Take me to the top.
Set. Then I'm pushing for the
Okay,
twin.
my apprentice. That means my mentor right here.
At the end of the day, I'ma still do music. I'ma still do music. I'ma still do music. At the end of the day, still entertain.
At the end of the day, we gonna still do music. That's what we do, man.
Take more photos.
Yeah, I gotta announce that real quick too, man, because I still got a couple people asking me. We were supposed to do a special edition of my show, Baltimore Flavor Radio, this Thursday. My man NaspstAr from the Flip Mode Squad was supposed to come through because he was actually supposed to be in town for a show Friday. A lot of people don't know, like, he's going hard with his rap stuff, man. But unfortunately, we had to postpone that. But I want to give a shout out to my man Cheesy Dior from the Coke Boys, man. He came down and gave us a real dope interview yesterday, man. So I appreciate him, sliding through. Had me up in this joint on a Friday afternoon when I was supposed to be home asleep. But it's all good. We back with True School Flavor, man. Your boy, Mr. Antoine. Yeah. Your boy Wombat 55 in the building, man.
Yeah.
And we just chopping it up, man.
Hey, today's show is sponsored by G10 Entertainment, located at 2135 Emerson Avenue. Join G10 Monday through Friday, 6 p.m., 9 p.m. for happy hour to get drink specials, crabs, and fish fry. Come out and visit G10 and be sure to tell them the Power 44 Radio sent you.
That would be Power 4.4.
44.
And make sure y'all come out there every Thursday night, because that's the night that Power 4.4 Radio is in the building. Every Thursday, man. They got drink specials, they got crabs, they got fish fries going on. You can go next door to Paco Pico's and get some of them turkey wings. They
still open?
Yeah, they still open, man. Yo, I used to go to that joint when I was like 8 years old, man. When my peoples used to live around Emerson and Bentlow, man. We used to run amok in them streets. And Paco Pico was the only spot around there that had the video games. Yeah. So we was up in that joint like every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just having a ball, man. Just having a ball. We back in the building, man. I want y'all to talk real quick about any non-Baltimore influences that you might have had in Baltimore. Like, of course, New York is where this all kind of was born and raised. So was there anybody else in the game outside of the city, from wherever they may have been, that kind of influenced you, made you want to spit?
Hold on. Who your top 5?
My top 5? Oh, you put me on the spot.
Yeah.
We do that. Yeah, you next.
I'm gonna say this much.
Then the cameraman, and then
I'm gonna say this much. Just from a personal standpoint.
It don't have to be a reason. It don't have to be an order.
Okay, cool.
5.
All right. Top 5. Black Thought. This is in no particular order. Black Thought, KRS, Nas.
Wombat.
Hey, watch your mouth.
stop cussing on the show, man. Stop cussing on the show.
Black Thought, KRS, Nas. And when I get down to the last 2 spots, I got one more I can put in there. Pasta Noose and Ronnie Rich.
That's definitely two different ones right there. I always want to give this question.
Just for the record though, Ronnie Rich is more popular, so.
I always want to say, give me your top 5 and don't include Jay-Z, Biggie, Pop, all of the, you know what I'm saying?
I would say definitely Eminem without a doubt. I would say Busta Rhymes without a doubt. I would definitely say Ghostface Killer. And without a doubt, I would say KRS-One. And last but not least, I would probably have to give it to I love Slick Rick now.
Okay.
I was joking, but Wombat, put him on the spot. You gotta talk to somebody if you're going to
Top 5.
Yeah, talk to
Alright,
him.
so.
Yeah, you can say.
Alright, so what's up, y'all? It's Young Piff. Man.
Yeah, Piff.
Alright, so one thing I do want to say
Talk to
is,
the mic, bro.
one thing that I do want to say is, this cat right here told me a story about how hip hop started, about the blackouts, how the hip hop started with the blackout. And this cat right here, he always telling me stories. I mean, it's a day in, day out. He beating it into my head every single day about different things, and I can't even really run away from him. It's just a respect thing. I'm like, dang man, I don't feel like hearing it right Then he gonna give it to me. All right, but me personally, you know, I'm the youngest cat in the room.
Got you.
Besides kids.
They don't count. They not even.
All right, so right now my favorite rapper, and been for a long time, has been Jada Kiss.
Okay.
It's Jada. And then
Bald head Jada or Jada with the best of hairline?
Alright, and then you ask, alright, and then when I was younger,
Asking a fat dude to a skinny dude.
when I was younger, right, it was the Woo.
All of them.
Woo, all of them.
Those his top 5. 20 people.
I mean, if I'm gonna say one,
That's a Patriot shit
I'm
right
gonna
there.
say meth.
Oh.
I mean, but you know, maybe it's like that. Maybe,
You got it.
maybe just
You got it.
somebody like that.
You got alone, bro. You alone, bro.
Business wise, you got might be on you on one like for real.
And then,
E40.
no, Rock Kim.
Okay, you look like Rock Kim a little bit.
Rock Kim.
Yeah.
Rock, I mean,
Please don't tell me that.
Alright.
You got 3 more, and then you gotta go.
You done used 9 spots already.
Right there.
In one shot.
Alright, so, I mean, you asked me not to use J. But you know what nice is.
I said that's the way I usually like to ask the question.
Alright, so I'm put
Is
Jay-Z and Pop. I'm
Okay.
gonna just, you know,
Together?
just disqualify Jay-Z and Pop. Put them in there. Put them in there together.
Yo, you really want some like superhero shit? Like you
No,
really-
Jay-Z and Pop. I mean, listen to what I said. I said Jada Kiss. I said the Woo. And I
Gotcha.
said Jay-Z and Pop.
Understood.
Alright. Now you gotta throw a female.
Joe gotta go female.
You got
Good
it.
choice. I'm glad
I
you
mean,
said that.
because
I'm glad you
I mean,
said that.
because-
Yo.
Listen.
If I could have put,
it's the
Missy
truth.
Elliott.
You
I would
cannot
have said like although Raw Digger is the best that did it, ever do it. Like Raw Digger is better than most MCs I named.
I mean, but think about it. Think about the message that Queen Latifah was giving Unity.
True that.
That song's not about unity, yo. That song's about being called a B. If you actually listen to that song, she say UNITY, and then you listen to the whole song, both verses, all 3 verses. Who are you calling them?
I mean, but think about it. They was dragging all of that out.
I get it.
She was dragging all of that out, and then everybody came out. Baby Foxy Brown came. Okay, Foxy Brown. She and okay, so Nas.
This just went to the left, bro.
Think about it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Today's show is
Right
awesome.
behind Jay. And Nas came. And Nas said some stuff. Nas said some things. Jay-Z and Nas relationship still kind of ain't
How you know?
how I mean just
No.
off of
I guess you can feel it. It's the vibe.
foresight. And then last but not least,
I like that.
that's a tough one.
Yo, we turned this into the NBA top 20. NCAA top 20.
Alright, did I go south yet?
Bro, you north, south, east, and whatnot. You ain't go south.
Because I'm gonna go southwest.
Cool. Twisted.
Tough. No.
Young MC.
No.
Keep moving.
And Wombat got good. Come on, get this last one up, bro. Get this last one up.
No, yo, don't let him yell. He done. And
No, let me get it out.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep that one to myself.
Alright, yeah, we cut this mic.
Because one, he said, I'm gonna go with the female. And then he named Nas.
Then Foxy came in.
I mean, but technically, y'all saying it's like if you think about it, because most of what Foxy was saying, you could argue that would have been written by Nas, but you know that's
Jay-Z gonna have run around that.
They was fighting over.
My favorite female has always been Light. But I always, MC Light.
Oh,
Just her voice though.
I don't care about her.
No, I mean, yo, her content, though. Light as Rock is one of my favorite songs ever.
But I'm still mad to this day that Afro Puffs, what's her name? Lady Rage. Didn't get to really get out there like that. You know what I'm saying?
And she
Because
should have. She
like,
had
I
beats.
felt like she had bars, man.
And beats. She had 3 behind her.
Like that lyrical gangbang joint from Snoop's first album. she shined.
Rage. I mean, to be
that.
honest with you, Rage to me was one of the thoroughest out of that whole clique.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
most when you think about most crews that had a female, DTP had Shauna. You know what I mean? Like certain ones, Jay-Z had a whole bunch of people. He had Emil. Their flow and their rhyme scheme came up. Lil' Kim still trying to live off that shine that she had with Junior Mafia. Every time you have one female that's in a clique, she kind of stands out. Eve.
Yeah.
When you listen to the Rough Riders, like she can out rhyme most black people in other groups.
Right.
And stand on a level that
He really wanted to say she could outrun Drag On.
I mean, the sad thing about that.
He didn't want to put it out there.
I was thinking that too.
Shout out to Drag On, man. He nice.
Yeah, but hey, like I said, shout out to. I mean, like I said, we can talk hip hop all day. That's what we're here for. Yeah. And I can give a shout out to for his list, but he still didn't he still didn't grab a female. He just threw some names out.
I'm leave you alone, yo.
Nah,
that's trying to get a point across.
Yeah, my point. Let's tell we pick on people.
Who would be the young
The last one. That's a tough one.
Canada Dawn. Right.
But seriously though,
Come on, bro. It's a 2-hour show, bro. It's a
you
2-hour
got to
show.
reach across. Okay, so shit, what I say, Eminem?
Yeah, you already put him in there.
I mean, you got to say Eminem and coming out last but not least.
You done.
Done. Your cousin might go. Cousin might go. And don't turn him no more, yo. Like fifth left.
How did y'all feel like at that time when the NWA started coming into the game and started, you know, there were cities and parts of the country outside of New York and the East Coast that started, you know, influencing hip hop and bringing some different flavor into the culture?
I think it was absolutely wonderful, man. I was surprised when I first heard Drake. His ability to do what he does inspired me in a crazy way. Like,
Drake?
Yeah, man.
Drake? Are you sure you talking about Drake? D.R.A.K.
I mean, we got a kid from Toronto.
Nah, but I'm talking even like way before that. I'm talking like back when.
You gotta remember, you're like 15.
I mean, NWA, yeah. Eazy-E, that was my guy. He influenced me in a lot of ways. Like, I loved his voice, I loved his energy, I loved his swag, everything about Eazy-E I rocked with. He was my favorite member in NWA, and that influenced me a whole lot. It was like I wanted to be him. I wanted to be Eazy-E. You know what I mean? He was the biggest influence. He was the biggest influence on me in that time. Like I also like the Tribe because that's all Jam and listen to was Tribe and Leaders of the New School.
Hey, don't put that
I
on
liked
Jam.
them.
Don't put that on Jam.
You know, it's New York, but outside of New York,
my top 10. Don't put
outside of
that
New
on
York,
Jam.
outside of B-More, outside of Philly, whatever, that NWA, Eazy-E, yeah.
I always had a thought in my head that the whole Testament listened to Souls of Mischief a lot.
You always say that. That's me, yo. That's what I'm saying. No, but hold on. Here, let me say this. All right, first things first. When it comes down to NWA, right? All right, like the first time I heard some NWA, and I won't say I heard it, but I got put on Straight Outta Compton by a skater dude, and I mean I bring this up because it would come back to haunt me later on down the line.
Damn.
It was like I got put on to NWA by a skater dude that I met out in Catonsville, you know what I'm saying, like when I was like 13 or whatever. And it wasn't that I hadn't heard cursing and rap before, but the skaters was really interested in that particular aspect of the rhyme. They were more violent. Now, I mean, I heard Just Ice, you know what I'm saying? I was hip hop through and through. But it was like the whole thing that they were saying, fuck the police and grab your gat. Ooh, I'm sorry to the listeners, I apologize. Please forgive me.
No apologize to them. Holla at the wrong
And we got kids in the building.
And I'm sorry.
They ain't right about
Ladies and gentlemen.
Daddy cusses all the time.
Get back. I mean, yeah. And so the thing was, I knew then at an early age that like they were more into the violent aspect of it, and they couldn't see the message. Like as they were listening to NWA, I was listening to Chuck D. But the thing is, I could relate more to what NWA was saying than they could. And so with that being said, it was like I took it with a grain of salt and listened to it. And I mean, I love Straight Outta Compton. I thought it was hard. You know what I mean? But I knew that their message differed from the core.
That's the wave that's going on right now. Like a lot of people like certain songs, not for what's being said, but more so they bop to the beat. Mm-hmm. They get caught up in the ad libs. Hey,
Well,
yeah.
the beats is hard.
I mean, I get that. I get that the beats are hard, but we come from an era where you had that lyrical content to go
with
with those beats.
Amen.
Now it's more so the beat first. The lyrics are secondary. Which what I think about it as I'm saying it sort of go back to how it started. When hip hop first started, it was DJs that would actually play music, and then the MC was the guy on the mic like pumping up the crowd. So it never really became. I mean, it became later, but at the beginning, it was never intended for the MC that actually had to have skills or actually had to have lyrics. He just had to have personality where you can get the crowd involved.
Which is why somebody like Busy B was able to, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. But then when they came, when they started writing bars, and we fell in love with '90s, where it was your Nas's, your all your lyrical, your Slick Ricks and all your Big Daddy Kane. So you fell in love with the lyrics. But when you think about the originality of it, it was just beats where people were just in the background hyping it up. And that's more so what it came back to. That's what it is now, where the songs are tight. Not the songs, but the beats are tight. And most of the rappers on it are like, hey, hot, yeah. It's a hit.
I mean, I'm actually, when I write, I try to put the rhyme first and outshine the beat, leaving it second. I try to do just that. That's why I'm such an Eminem fan, because I credit him for that. Like, that's what he does. It's like he's going to definitely be first, and that beat is going to be second. Like,
So you believe? I'm sorry. So you believe that people in the hood, especially our hood in Baltimore City, do you ever hear brothers rolling down the street listening to that?
No, but you want to know something?
I mean, you said that no kind of quickly though.
You want to know something?
Yeah.
In their mind, that beat is going to come first. They not even thinking about that rhyme coming second.
I hear a lot of people complain about Eminem
And I was inspired by it.
he give you too many lyrics. Like he go bar for bar, and it has to be somebody like a Sean Price that actually does lyrics where the beat is a balance. Like you say, like Ghostface. Ghostface, in my opinion, is the one out the who was most consistent with putting out good music. He put out good albums. Method Man, and I'm not dissing Meth. I'm a Red Man fan, top notch. You know, top 5. But my beef with Method Man is he sounds good on other people's songs. He does great features. But when you listen to a Method Man album, you're like, you want more. It's like listening to, like I say, I always give the shots to the Fugees. You listen to the score. You sat there and you waited for the Lauryn Hill verses. You waited. The first time hearing it, you heard the song, you heard the melody, you listened, you breezed through Prize, you gave Wyclef his shine or whatever, but you waited for those Lauryn Hill verses.
I put it on mute when the Prize verse.
You can't do it because you might listen.
You want to know?
Thank God,
You want to know who my favorite member from the Wu is? My favorite member from the Wu is RZA.
Why?
It's like I
That's a
said,
good question.
you can tell when he writes a song, his lyrics, what he got to say is coming first, no matter how hard that beat is.
Yeah,
He put his rhymes first, and he got to say first.
But then that goes to the cohesiveness of the song. Because if you're not writing to the beat, Then you got your man, the rest until the spell, until the flare, until the dragon's lair. He's saying,
You can teach him something, though.
you are learning stuff, but the words are just being thrown at you, and it doesn't go with the beat.
It's funny because the RZA reminds me, you know how you see those infomercials, and ain't even infomercials, but those commercials on the weekend where it's like, you got that, the man who owns the company, just trying to sell you the product. That's the
I knew exactly where you were going with that when you
That's
said
the RZA commercial. It's like, hi, I'm the RZA. This is Wu-Tang Floor.
Not only a client, I'm also a president.
He brings the show. He's definitely trying to slice you up with his words. That's why his repetitive style is like that.
You got a
He's
list,
trying to
yo. I
slice you
don't
up.
like that.
He's trying to use his tongue like it's a sword. Like, that's that man
know me,
style.
yo.
When you think about
That's you can hear it when
the
you
whole time, they still even. It's like a relay race. It's like they pass the baton. Look at me, Inspector. Look at Inspector that. I mean, his voice.
What group would you compare to the Wu and effectiveness as what he did as a unit? Any group that did it as good as the Wu.
The Rough Riders.
Whoa.
Okay, alright. That's what this stuff is about. You know what I mean? Like, hey.
Save yourself. We can keep your mic on.
I would have said Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
But
I would have said native tongue, but okay.
right.
I mean, I wasn't, so I don't have a.
I'm gonna say Ill Conscience, J Royale, Different Materials, and God Grams. That's what I'm gonna say.
I mean,
That's my Baltimore version of Wu-Tang right
Yo,
there.
I gotta listen to them.
Oh my
You better listen to him.
Right.
Plus,
Right.
God Grams
Yeah.
on Instagram.
White dude out of Dundalk.
Yeah.
Is he mean?
I was checking them out. I was checking
Furious.
his Instagram.
I see you in the car.
good shit.
Yeah. The Consigliere. Yeah, that joint
I
right
think I
there.
heard that.
Yeah.
I think I heard it.
Yeah.
You play something out of the field.
Very, shout out to Ill Conscious, man. I always got to prop him up, man. He had a chance to headline a show earlier this year in South America, man.
I mean,
Wow.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
nobody's talking about DMX.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. Nobody went there.
Nobody, I mean, he was a one-man crew.
You think so?
Yeah, man. I mean, he put it all out
He
there.
made his mark. I'm not mad at it. He's not a lyricist. He's never going to be considered a top lyricist to me.
When the sun is up, the gun is
I mean,
up.
he's never going to be
There's nothing
considered.
thanking me for the help.
Okay, but that being
It
said,
gets dark outside.
Okay.
The sun go down. You hear the dark outside.
no,
hold up.
hold up, stop before you go there. But I get exactly what you're saying. That's dope.
Yeah.
But do you ever hear his name mentioned when people giving their top 5, their top 10 or whatever? I don't know if it's because he's overlooked, but
It happens.
You know what? I think
maybe
he exists outside of that bubble, yo. I mean, real honestly, we don't give DMX enough credit.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I downplayed the man. It's like, yo, when I first heard him put "Get At Me, Dog" out there, and in my back of my mind, I'm thinking EPMD. That's they sample.
yo, it's funny. I just saw an interview with Ed Lover, and he said the same exact thing.
It's like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
He
So,
said, yo, I hated that song.
right,
That
it's
was
like, yo,
EPMD.
it's like, yo, come on, dude. Like, what?
And then he said when he finally met X, he had to give him credit because of the way that song
Yo,
goes.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, yo. As an MC myself, sometimes like his music has moved me. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And it's like, you know, and then if you, I don't necessarily build by the hype. I don't rate a brother's lyrics by, you know, what they've been through. Because I don't have to know nobody to know if they're a dope MC. You know what I'm saying? But it's like sometimes, you know, people they break that barrier, that fourth wall as they call it. And so it's like, yeah, you know, he doesn't get that credit. I mean, all the accolades that he had have been since washed away because we don't look at hip hop the same way we did
He
back
got such a relatable message.
I mean, he would.
I mean, this message can touch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people at this table. I mean, in the song, don't. I mean, come on now.
Yo, my favorite,
Y'all been eating long enough.
my favorite DMX is his Money, Power, Respect. Is his Money, Power, Respect verse. I just love that verse when he came in on Money, Power, Respect, and just like that just totally put the song to a new level for me. Yeah.
So why you ain't mention DMX in your top 5?
Did I say Eve? That's it.
No, he didn't say G.
I said Jada.
Yeah, you're about to get your mic cut again.
I said Jada.
Yeah, you did say Jada.
I did say Jada, and that was number one.
Alright, so yeah, you did do a Rough Riders salute.
So what about Jada puts him at the top of your list?
Raspy voice.
I mean, with Jada, I mean, it's just a whole group of, it's just a whole grouping. It's just a whole grouping of things. Jada might have, he might have been, you know, he might have pushed out.
Did you ever hear that Beanie single, this Jada verse?
Of course, that's in my playlist.
The shit.
Of course. I mean,
Bald head, Rough Rider T, spot.
I know there's something about this dude, man.
Yeah.
He can answer your question, but never really answer your question.
He's a politician.
He's quite
He's
elusive.
wrong for office, man.
He's quite elusive.
He should be a politician.
I trained him well.
Got a paddle on.
So let's take another quick break, man. Get into another one of their joints, man. And that's the wrong one. I got okay, there we go. We'll get into another one of their joints, man, and then we're gonna be back with might give y'all a history lesson when we come back as we do each and every week, man. This is True School Flavor coming at you live from Power 4.4 Radio.
Yeah.
This is great.
Who did your production?
All of us. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that.
Alright, hold it.
No, I got one.
So we two out, so we are we'll go down, and we got those different things that you feel about the culture today. And then at the end, okay,
Hey, Mark. All group boys in the head.
Hey, he said he got burned. What's up, Marty Byrne. That's your man.
That's what y'all want to go in on that?
I asked you any requests, that's what you have. Hey, what y'all doing? Why y'all over here? You had some of my tea. Maybe you tie your shoes before we have the calls and stuff.
Long back got the Black Daddy game going on.
Yeah, man, we do that for real.
They got me over there having fun too, man. Oh, snap. Very kid friendly environment. They hanging out with daddy. That's only 2-ish kid. He got like 14 still. He only playing 9 on tax.
How much you sit down?
Shout out to the cameraman. Hope this ends up being a documentary. Hope I get the footage.
Definitely you will.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, matter of fact, if you want to actually come through and get footage from like the first year of Power 44 from time to time, bring the camera, connect the show, and ask them to come on different shows. You got shows 24 hours a day.
That's what's up.
It's an internet radio station.
Okay, so he just live. We don't have
Oh, he
shows
live.
24 hours a day.
Radio
We're
station.
on air 24 hours a day.
On air
Most of our
24
shows are in the evening.
My bad.
You didn't know?
I hope we can get to a point where we got shows 24 hours a
But
day.
I mean, cause the idea of documenting the whole first year. We just moved here like a month ago.
Really? It's nice. I like the space.
Actually, I'm glad you said that, yo. I got something I gotta say. I'm gonna need you to pause that though for like 30 seconds.
When we go to air, when the music stops, let me pull my belt off. y'all be?
Last night, on the way here.
No, seriously, when? How long is that? It's been a while, huh? Not too late. You gotta get on before school start up. Get you right.
Only they can say that.
Baltimore paparazzi. Yeah. Today's show brought to you by Terry Jones Realty. Yeah. No, for real. If you or someone you know wants to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, hit me up at www.liveinbaltimore BaltiMoreMD.com. Live in Baltimore, Maryland.com, and I will supply all of your real estate needs.
Actually come to me first, and then I can send y'all to Wombat and get my, get me a little fee. But Wombat said something that just made me remember, man. We are officially, Power 4.4 Radio was officially 1 month old today.
How about that?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
We're doing it.
We just topped off with our first happy hour on July the 17th, and then our first official show was the next day, man. So
It's a celebration.
it's a celebration. We back in the building, man. I was like, hold up, did somebody leave? Boy, Mr. Antoine.
Yeah, Wombat 55.
Hanging out with us, man, and we just chopped it up. So I gotta get into this, and we're gonna do this real quick, and then we're gonna get into what you guys got coming up, man. But of course, the big news in the world this week has been the whole Jay-Z connecting with the NFL thing, man. And I just want to see if y'all got any thoughts about that.
Me and a couple of my peoples, we have been talking about it for, since it happened and everything. And one thing that everybody needs to understand is Jay-Z, I'm sorry.
Nah, that's me.
Damn, yo. Say his name.
I know, right?
Say his name in the
I
radio.
know, right? I'm not going to say it anymore. Him.
Sean Carter.
Yeah. Yeah, but realistically speaking, we can't put any celebrity on our situation. We've been here before, people. It's like in the 80s when we had to deal with divestment from South Africa. And we had different artists who would perform in South Africa. And, you had Tina Turner, you had Lionel Richie, you had various other prominent artists who took South African money, etc. And they did it, and they called themselves Bridging the Gap. Michael, the one who we like to throw under the bus now, he didn't do it. And the reality is, they called themselves opening the doors so that we would have a future. Doors have been open for over 20 years now.
You know that?
Yeah, exactly. And so with that being said, Jay walked through those doors. And so as he does this, he's doing this first for himself, and secondly, based upon where he thinks, he would like black people to go. If we benefit from it, then that's fine. But he's doing this, and I'm not mad at him about it. He has an opportunity, he's an individual, he's doing this for himself and his family. And I don't knock him for it. And God willing, we will all benefit from it. But don't put all of your hope in that particular artist to further our movement. Period.
That's the same thing I told people about Barack when he was president, man. Like, y'all think Barack gonna come and be the savior for black people, and all the white people gonna lead the country, and this is gonna be one big kumbaya for the next 8 years. That ain't happening, bro.
My take on it is that when you have a certain amount of money, you're able to move in a position that people that don't have money can't really understand. Think about Baltimore. Think about Anne Arundel County. Think about Columbia. Think about going even further to Montgomery County. You have the hood. You have a okay neighborhood. Then you have a better okay neighborhood. Then you have Montgomery County where you have senators and congressmen and all them living in $1 million 4-car garages. So a person with a 4-car garage can't understand a person who doesn't have any car garage. You don't think the same way. You don't move the same way. So with Jay-Z making that move, maybe in his mind, I'm not sure that he has an idea of how we go to the next level. He's actually able to sit in the room and have those conversations with people that we couldn't have conversations.
Exactly.
And if you think about his track record, of course he's a capitalist, and dollar bills is his biggest thing. But at the end of the day, he's done a lot of stuff with his money that he's helped people. I'm not sure how true it is him paying Lil Wayne, and then he did his Savage 21 thing, and then he came to the Freddie Gray thing. He's done some things with his money that people without money wasn't able to do, and I applaud him on that. So if you watch how he moves, it may work out in a way
I believe it will.
in a way that we don't even expect. Right. He's a businessman first, and to say that he's a black billionaire says a lot, because he came from hustling to actually being, like I said, in the room with them meetings, saying things and meaning things where white people respect money. They respect money and power. He has them both. My mic's not working.
No, you still don't have that. I was playing with this YouTube video.
But yeah, and I just want to say, you know, like, I mean, in all honesty, let him be him. And there should be more hams out there.
Yeah.
Period. It's like, you know, I mean, look at what, I mean, to get off the subject of hip hop for just 1 second, you take Ben Carson. It's like, we would have never thought that by losing an election, he would have the voice that he does have. Now, I wish he would use more of his voice to do more for our city, but we don't expect him to do that. However, he has that position, he has that spot. And so, the more they see us in positions of power, the better we are.
Yeah, right.
Shout out to the church that kicked him out, though, man.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the church that kicked him out.
I think with Jay-Z, I think it's kind of like the thing where he kind of stuck his foot in the mud.
Why?
I mean, you know, he stuck his foot right directly in the mud.
Why?
Because he chose to be, you know, the voice, you know, to kind of come through and clean up all the you know, the mud. You want to say mud for saying mud.
Yeah.
I mean, no, you know, everybody looking at it like, okay, well, everybody's looking at it like, okay, Jay, well, you're just looking at this like this is an opportunity for you to further your business.
And it is.
Your empire. But then there's a lot of people, the poor people looking at it like Jay-Z, you got enough money.
How? There's never enough.
I mean, come on.
100,000 would have been enough.
See, this is my thing. It's because of the fact that he has that money that I don't feel like he has to make moves like this because of the money. Is it going to benefit him? Yeah, but if he's putting himself in a position where he can actually...
What I'm saying is it's not necessarily going to benefit him because this man is already rich. What we looking for is for it to benefit us. And for it to benefit him, we want to benefit us. I mean, the biggest issue is, well, do he have enough pull to, okay, so he may own an NFL team. Will he hire Colin Kaepernick or do...
Well, see, this was
Colin Kaepernick has his bag. Y'all need to stop thinking Colin Kaepernick coming back to the field.
I agree with that.
That's not happening.
I mean, but no more importantly, I got a friend, Lolly, big ups to Lolly, and we'll
No.
Hold up, though. It's like, and Lolly and I were talking just yesterday, and we were talking about, Colin got his money from Nike. And so if he don't step on the NFL, exactly, and from the NFL. So Pip, if he don't never step on the field ever again,
I understand
he
that, but when will we have the chance to?
When you start playing football.
When will we have the chance to wipe off the mud? You understand what I'm saying? When we have the chance to throw away the dirt.
Can you throw a spiral?
Honestly, can I be real with you?
Go ahead.
We have the chance every day, but we gotta stop talking about it.
Yes, we
We
do.
start putting some action about it. Like he said earlier, we gotta stop expecting those celebrities on that level to help us. You know what I'm saying?
We're not helping ourselves.
We're not helping ourselves. We can't expect.
That's correct.
We couldn't expect Barack Obama to come in. Like I told my son, I was like, Barack Obama is not a black president. He's a president that happens to be black.
How man?
Half black.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Really?
people really thought that like Obama was going to be in the hoods and sending money to. I'm like, no, it was just as many probably white people that voted for Obama as black people.
You're the president of the United States. You got to be the president.
Right, you're not the president of the black
United
people.
States.
Right,
Like what now? Like what we got now?
No,
That's different. That's different.
Right.
I mean, to me,
gotta get your
it
mic
looked
cut.
more like
He's a CEO.
Jay jumped in the mud, jumped in the pool in order to come out the end as more richer than what he came out.
I'll tell you this much: if things continue the way they're going, in 20 years you'll see Jay-Z run for president if the world is still standing.
Amen.
So with that being said, it's like, yo, don't ever put your faith in nothing of power. You know what I mean? Put your faith in things that make sense. You know what I mean? Bring power to that. Don't look at success and fame.
That's why I said, yo.
Right.
Give me some. Give me some, yo.
But no, I mean,
and he knows. I mean, he's the kind of guy. He's smart.
Yeah, that was
He
Jay's
knows what he's doing every step of the way.
Right.
He's the only guy that from where I'm sitting and what I watch and how following him and what he does, he moves very, very
strategically.
Yeah.
meticulous.
Yeah. Follow the money.
And he knew that he was going to get some feedback, some negative feedback from black
And
people.
probably put an album on
You know what
about
I'm
it.
saying? Exactly.
Notice his wife was sitting quiet.
Yeah. He knew he was going to get some negative feedback
And she
from
is
black
not
people.
Michelle. And she is not Michelle.
Lemonade Volume 2 was coming out next Friday.
Because he literally, the NFL hold up. The NFL literally just a few years ago asked him to perform at the Super Bowl, and he shut the NFL down and said, "I don't need the NFL. The NFL needs me."
So, but a lot of people are beefing about the fact that he told the other little dude, not to do what's the little dude that did the Super Bowl last year?
What's his name? Bruno Mars?
No, the
Justin
rap dude.
Timberlake.
No, the
From
rap
Maroon
dude.
5?
No, the
I have
rap
no
dude,
idea.
the little rap dude. He told
Chance
me.
was it Chance the Rapper?
No.
I have no idea.
Oh,
what
100? Nah, yeah.
Dude, they were just gonna keep naming out.
So back then we're showing our age, ladies and
Right,
gentlemen.
but-
Sorry.
I call
Oh, I
Greg.
just never watched the halftime show.
I thought it was Justin Timberlake. That's all I
No.
saw.
Maroon 5 did it last year. The guy from Maroon 5, the front man.
Travis Barker, Travis
Yeah.
Scott.
Travis Scott.
He told Travis Scott not to do the what's the name, and gave him a lot of flack about it. And now, the situation changed. So I don't know. I'm just hoping that with like I said, with great power is great responsibility. And I hope that, and I think that he knows that, and he understands that.
Our question is, are we ready for the change?
Yeah, we've been ready for the change.
Are we actually
What is it exactly that you think he's gonna do when with this new position that he has?
We won't let him play football.
No. Now who is he?
Jay-Z.
Jay.
What do you think he's gonna do with this partnership with
Now me
Rock Nation? Because it's not just Jay, it's
me
not
personally, what I think he would do is he would instill change small in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Coming, small in the beginning.
What kind of change?
Maybe legislative change. Maybe something. Maybe stop profiling us. Maybe even NFL players get pulled over.
But that's all mindset. That's racism. That's systemic.
No.
You can't stop systemic racism. It happens regardless.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe Jay can stop systematic racism.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
I mean,
He's in this position. He's in this position.
I'm just hoping.
Outside of his financial situation, he's in this situation. We all know that ever since the Colin Kaepernick thing, the NFL has lost quite a few black fans, and Jay-Z is there to just try to mend that fence and bridge that gap and bring some of us back, and then try to change the culture, because you know that the NFL is nothing but all white
Good old
owners.
boys. I say good old boys.
Good old boys, you know what I'm saying? Old white guys, and a lot of the black football players are looked at as slaves. And when you have situations like the Colin Kaepernick thing, those owners and the people in the NFL offices don't understand how to relate to the Colin Kaepernicks and the Eric Reeds and the people that was protesting. And he's just there to bridge that gap.
And like I said, once again, he has the money to be in those meetings. Where we couldn't just walk into those meetings and make demands and say, stop doing this because it makes us feel this type of way. Or stop doing this because it has this type of repercussion. Jay-Z knows firsthand from being on the streets what the people need.
Right.
For him to even put in a position to have those
The
meetings.
NFL is on TV 16 to 20 weeks out the year.
More than that.
That's 16 to 20 weeks of chances to have an effect.
But I don't think he's going to use it at that type of level. He's not there. He's not there to change perception. He's actually there to put himself in a good position, and also to let them know from a black perspective what should and shouldn't be done. He's that on the shoulder. He's that angel on the shoulder, devil on the shoulder, where they have a different perspective to look at. Because for a long time, they only looked at it from one perspective. They looked at it from being. That's what we're doing now. We're looking at it from the poor people's perspective. We understand from the level of understanding. We can't understand how the power moves.
So if you're expecting Baltimore City public schools to have air conditioning because Jay rocking with the NFL now, it's not gonna happen, bro.
Maybe no.
But eventually,
Maybe no. But maybe
He said next week.
some sort of legislation in the maintenance.
yeah. I mean, once you get, like I said, once you in those
I don't
rooms,
want Roger to get down on my school system.
right? I don't even want Help You Howie in my school system. But
Boy, you stupid.
it's all
I mean, but in all honesty, in all actuality,
here we go.
we all get a chance. And with Jay's, maybe it's the motivation. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's the black leaders. Maybe it's the black community.
You bring up a good point.
Yeah, maybe it's the black movement. Maybe it's something.
If Roger was serious, he would talk to Chuck D.
Roger ain't talking. He's not talking to Chuck D. That's not gonna happen.
Chuck D don't have enough money to have that.
Yeah, but when you were talking about the rappers that that Jay-Z is kind of that were going through legal issues or going through business issues, and he kind of touched upon. I mentioned how he jumped in the Meek Mill situation, and I thought about something. If you haven't had a chance to see that Meek Mill documentary, Free Meek, that's on Amazon Prime, man, you need to check it out. I have a whole different perspective about Meek now because I never realized that his initial arrest was bullcrap.
Yeah,
Right.
And
We all been through that.
Yeah.
we all
I
have not.
I ain't never been there.
I've been there.
Anybody who accepted probation before judgment had been through that.
Right.
Okay.
I just had that come up on me a couple days ago, and this was from an arrest from over 20 years ago.
That's called
Real tough.
prejudgment.
Yeah, but my point is, I never knew. I knew that he had been arrested back in like 2007, but I didn't realize that it was a bull crap. And then that female judge that he had, man, just gave him the blues. Like this dude, he got called into court because he was shooting a video in Philly and he was going to do it on one street. And he decided to change the location. And she brought him into court for that and added some extra months on too.
Wow.
I'm like, yo,
Yeah,
he ain't going to do it in a different city.
Right, that's a system. That's a system.
It's like instead of doing it here, he went down to the 6,000 block of Bel Air Road and did it.
Right.
And we're in the 6,400 block. So because you move 4 blocks, you
Of
violate.
course, I mean, if you poor and you can't afford proper representation, and I mean, even when you have proper representation, that doesn't mean that your lawyer is going to take your money and go in there and do what they need to do because they have a whole they have so many cases that they have to make better for themselves and their practice. So I mean, it is what it is, yo. And so we fighting so many different wars. Hey, that's why I'm not. At the end of the day, I like to say I'm not mad at Jay. I respect what you did, but black folk, look, it's bigger than Jay.
Yeah, but it's on a microscope.
What I want to know is why is it just one man
Right.
every time trying to help situations?
Because you got the power to do it.
Yeah, but it's still other brothers
That's just the
can do
formal
things.
structure. That's just the formal structure.
It's still other brothers out here that can do things, bottom line. It shouldn't just be one man out there helping.
It's a lot of people doing something, but it's levels, man. And Jay got that money to sit where and levels that other people can't.
Right.
Craft like him.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
Yeah,
Craft like him.
And then at the end of the day, like a lot
Like I
of
said,
times,
Chuck D ain't going to sit with me.
a lot of stuff that's being done is not even being done by the government. It's being done by people, citizens who actually can. Think about Baltimore. We had situations where people are doing stuff right now, this week, to help back to school stuff.
Right.
Those aren't politicians.
Right. We just
Those are
left
local.
on this morning.
Yeah, those
Even
are
on
local.
our street.
Those are local people
Right.
that actually care enough. Imagine if you had dough, how much more cash you could get.
Baltimore City is
Tell them what.
Baltimore City is in a bad place right now, and in the school thing, the school thing and the whole conditionings of the schools, I was just fed up after that. It's like, if I had a little bit of pull, that'd be the first thing I will be on.
The schools?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, having to leave school because there's no decent AC unit.
There's no AC.
The same schools
come
that's
on
been
now.
standing
Come on,
since
E.
1960.
Come on, Naps, yo. Listen, y'all. We brown folk. We are African Americans. No, we ADOS. And it's like this.
That's
With that being
African
said-
American descendants of slavery.
Thank you.
That boy on it.
With that being said, it's like this. We didn't need AC to learn in the 1800s. We don't need it now. And that don't mean that we can't have all the accoutrements that we need. However,
You said crucial.
yes, I know. And I don't even know if I said that. The thing is, it's like that, yo. No, don't look down. Put it this way. Our city's always gonna be looked down upon as long as it's brown.
Yeah.
So don't get it twisted. If they don't look at it because it's actually messed up. They look at it like when Merville was white, Merville was good. When Merville was black,
I went to
Merville
Merville.
was. Did you, man?
Did I?
Right, exactly. You probably made it work, sure. But I say that out of love. I say that out of love.
Shout out to Mr. Blake, Miss Sass said that.
I say that out of love because it's not that you did anything wrong. It's just your presence there, as far as the system is concerned, made it worse.
Think about this. When the Ravens won the Super Bowl back in 2012, and think about a year later or 2 years later when Denver won or when the Patriots won, it was a whole different perspective. Baltimore didn't even get any shine nationally for winning the Super Bowl. We didn't even get to play our first game the following season at home.
Oh man.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a Baltimore thing. We used to it. We used to being kicked around
Yes.
and giving
That's why we the black
But
birds.
we make the best out of every situation, and that's what we continue to do.
And that's what we always want to give. That's what we
I
always want to
believe
give.
the city is gonna rise
The
again.
city always going to rise.
We
It's
shall
gonna-
rise.
it's
Rest
gonna-
in peace, Maya.
The city may have been like the best in the 60s.
Yeah.
You had your celebrities who owned clubs on Pennsylvania Avenue. I mean, the city was really popping in them times.
But even back then, there was a lot of stuff going
It took
on.
a total dive, and it's just the kids out here shooting, thinking it's funny.
But,
I mean-
bruh, like,
The murder rate.
we just talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Like, the murder rate didn't just start being over 300 5 years ago. It's
Right.
been like that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? There was one dude on Facebook the other day that said, okay, so this generation, they're the creatures of the crack era. You know what I'm saying? So now a lot of the crack babies are the ones that are shooting now. But what about the heroin era? You know what I'm saying?
Crack baby
The
grandkid.
parenting.
Right.
Parenting.
But
Parenting.
but my point that I'm trying to make is that Baltimore has been violent since I was born. I was born in 1969. It's always,
Told
you
you.
know what I'm saying? It's a lot more in your
I think they
face.
call it the culture. They
Yeah,
call it the culture.
It's a lot more in your face now because we have so much immediate access to the news. Like as soon as something happens, it's probably on videotape 90% of the time now. And it's just, with social media, it's just like, bam, something happens at 12 o'clock and at 12:01, everybody knows about it. But it's been going on for a long time. They didn't just start jumping white people down at the harbor this year.
Y'all
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all did it before.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Murphy Home.
Yo, listen.
Murphy Home, Lexington Terrace.
In the last 100 years, this country had two Great Depressions. The first one is known as the Great Depression, and that's the only one that we respect. In the last 20 years, we had another depression, the housing crash. And I mean, the kids that are now in their 20s, they came from the Second Depression, and it affected poor blacks and browns.
Now, see, the housing crash.
Hold on, one quick. It's like the housing crash did. It did. It affected, in my opinion. Now, this is not my opinion.
This is our opinion about the housing crash.
Oh, that's cool. But this is my opinion. In my opinion, it affected our children more so than it did others. It affected migrants too, but it affected ours because these are our legacies. And so these are the kids that grew up, they saw grandma lose their home, they saw Aunt Vivian lose her home, and so on and so forth. And these things were like places where when things got bad, everybody could rally to that one rally point. And so when grandma ain't got a house to stay in, when Aunt Viv ain't got a house to
I
stay in.
remember you telling me this story. I remember you telling me.
Right. And so
But
our
look,
children...
I have this to say.
Our children, they had to go through a whole decade of that. And so their understanding of the world is not the same as those of us who came before it. Now, because everybody was going through it, I mean, the first Great Depression happened before desegregation. And so because people felt it the same way that we felt it, America had to deal with it. But because this affected us in a different way than it affected them, they don't look at it the same way. They just look at it's called bad times. It's called a recession. And we go through recessions every 10 or 15 years or so. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the thing is, though, with each time we have one of these downfalls, it pushes black people lower and lower and lower. And once we get pushed down lower, it's harder and harder and harder for us to get back up. Plain and simple. Our kids are not any less than we were.
It's almost sort of like an abusive spouse.
It's
almost like sort of like an abusive spouse.
Yeah.
You know that your spouse is abusive. You know that at a certain point of an extent that the abuse is going to come out, no matter how good things may seem to be.
Because Tina got them hands.
Pretty much. I mean, not
that was like this girl or somebody.
I mean, yeah. But you know that eventually when Tina get mad,
She starts slapping.
who she want to take it out?
She starts slapping.
Yeah.
She want to start slapping.
That's why you gotta be like, baby.
So you gotta be kind of prepared.
I honestly think, and this is my honest opinion, I think the kids are being brought up to think too much of this, a lot of nonsense is cool. And they're doing it and they're getting involved in a lot of nonsense. They don't have somebody to tell them, you know, it's cool to read a book. It's cool to get educated. It's cool to get a job. You know, it's cool to do these things. You're not a sucker. You're not a punk if you just learn how to be professional. Like, there's too many children out here in Baltimore City. They just are not being brought up to be professional and do what you gotta do to be decent.
So what are you doing to change that?
I'm working on it. Like, I'm gonna try to see if I can, like, really put this message out, because this is the problem.
Does that make you make better hip hop music?
I mean, I will try.
You trying to talk about something?
I will try to put it in a way.
Hip hop was instrumental in me not making
the
bad
message
decisions.
clearly put across.
It's funny that he asked that question, because when you said that, my question to you was going to be, how much do you think the music of today has influenced these kids? Because if you listen to what they talking, if you can understand, this generation for some reason can understand what they're saying.
Right.
But the message that's coming from a lot of hip hop these days is, you know what I'm saying, is the stuff that's being buried in this generation's brains.
Headphones on, they hear it all day, all
Our
the
music has saved generations of people. Man.
Exactly.
Yo,
exactly.
I mean,
but it's also killed generations of people
it has,
as well. So
exactly, and that's why I said, yo, it's a double-edged sword. Yo, we need that music. We need it, and they need it. I was about to use that foul word, but the world needs it.
Man, I don't really think a song ever really made anybody
That's
do
what you
anything
think.
crazy.
Hold on. Time out. Think about any situation in your life that meant anything to you, and you can automatically think of a song that probably go with it. If you sitting on the radio and you turn the dial and you hear a song that you probably haven't heard 20, 30 years, when you hear that song, you instantly think of what the first time you heard that song or the best time that you heard that song. Music does that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
You
right. It's powerful, but it shouldn't. It was never to music. Was never to me something that can make the world a worse place. You know what I'm saying?
It's responsibility.
It's always a beautiful.
That's why Kaepernick took a knee over the national anthem, because the words to that particular song, if you listen to verses 2 and 3, are so important. They're talking about chasing down and recapturing freed slaves. That is why he took the knee. It's deeper than just him wanting to take a stand against people who are being persecuted now, but the actual lyrics. Once he understood what the song really said. See, when I was in school, I had to learn the song. You know what I mean? I made all-state chorus when I was like, middle school and all that. But they were careful not to make sure that we got to that particular portion of the
that's why
song.
you only hear the first verse.
But I saw the lyrics, dude. I saw what that said. And I'm like, yo, and I mean, I got black parents from the South. And it's like, yo, did y'all know this was in there? I was like, yeah, but don't worry about that, baby. You just focus on the lyrics that they want you to dive in there.
Yeah. And that's the reason that you never hear the second and third verse of the song. You know, and plus it'll make it a long song.
Right.
And they only sing it during
Right.
sporting events and
Right.
stuff now. But let's get off that political. I ain't mean for it to go that deep, and I ain't wanted to go that far enough. But I want y'all real quick, man, to let us know what y'all got. You know, what's down the pipe for you guys, man.
All right, so we started this label, Image Age Productions. My brother Prodigy started it, aka Sam
Big up,
Martin. And Image Age Productions is up and running right now. So it consists of 6 signed artists, all which are hip hop artists. Different, you know, styles and or whatever you want to call it, coming from these individuals. The first artist we chose and we all sat down and agreed upon to help push solo artists is Jammin' One, because he was the first. Yeah, he was the first one with everything done, albums complete, everything mixed, sounding good, copyrights, everything ready to go.
Plus, he's dope.
We push him. Definitely is pushing him now. His album is out now.
What's it called? Tell the people.
It's called Buckspur.
Buckspur.
It's hashtag Buckspur. You know, everybody knows what Buckspur is.
Buckspur.
I believe he got like 18 songs on it. I believe maybe 16. I'm not sure. I'm featured on the album. He did all the production. He wrote all the songs. You can go search his work on YouTube. He has all of his albums is on YouTube.
The brother is like a hip hop version of John Legend, y'all. He's
Yeah.
man went from a keyboard to a turntable to a
Yeah,
mic.
yeah. He also has his music on. I mean, the album is actually on Spinrilla. Dat Piff. You can probably go on Spotify and check it out. He probably got a few projects on those social media music sites. After he gets his thing going, you know, and he starts buzzing, I'm just trying to help him get more events and more shows, get him out so he can rock, and then after he's set, the next person will come out and we just gonna do it like that down the line. But Image Age Productions is definitely in full effect, and we here, we from Baltimore, we not going nowhere, you know, and I might be up next. I got an album done, it's called Still E, I just gotta get it mastered, you know, the work never stops. You know, I have a mixtape coming out. It's done. I just gotta get it mastered. Work never stops. You know what I'm saying? So I stay in the studio. I stay making beats. You can contact us anytime. Anything you need. If you need studio time, you need beats. You want to collaborate. You want me to open for you. You want anything you need. Is go to www.imageageproductions.com. Image Age Instagram. Image Age Facebook. Image Age Twitter. Link in bio. Click, hope you like, hope you share.
Oh man, this young ski in the building, man. All I can say is what he said. So. I mean, you know, big ups, you know what I'm saying? I really don't have much to say, yo. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're not currently in the studio getting ready to drop the project.
Oh no. I mean, it's not that. It's just hey, I'm working with the family. I'm a part of MJ's Productions myself. You know what I'm saying? Look out for St. Com. You know what I'm saying? It's coming down the road. You know what I'm saying? Young Sean. You know what I mean? AKA Rafael Castro. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to Young Piff. You know what I mean? Esau in the building, you know what I mean? My team is my team, but, you know what I mean? I had my part to play. My part right now is promoting Jammer and my team, you know what I'm saying? And Wombat or whatever he does.
Let's all work together. I mean, let's all work together.
What's me on the Wombat mixtape?
You got something for me? My IG is still E-Hitters, exactly how I spell it, nothing complicated. You got something, you know, follow me on Instagram.
Shout out to Macadon.
I'll follow you back, you know, you got something, let's do some things, man. Let's work together. Let's get it out. You know?
What you got on?
Okay, yeah, I'm Hot Rod. I'm Hot Rod 2030. Follow me on Instagram. Hot Rod 2030. Everybody call me Young Piff. You gonna see me? I'm an apprentice videographer. I'm doing my own videos. I'm doing my own shoots. I got my own ideas. I mean, we sitting down at the round table and we talking about it. A lot of my raps are gonna be about what's going on in this world, and we trying to bring up this community.
Amen.
And this is a totally independent movement, right? The label,
Image Age Productions is a totally independent
Yes, sir.
label until we get to a certain level. I'm not sure if Prodigy's gonna go major. I'm sorry, Sam Marbury. I'm not sure if he's gonna go major. More than likely, the right kind of negotiation comes around. You know, Numbers Dog probably will go major. So, and then, boom. I mean, we can do anything.
No 360 deals.
Oh, no.
We talking
Too
about
smart
that
for
for
that.
Yeah, we
Too
talking
smart for
about
that.
black and guts. I
Too
mean,
smart for
if
that.
need be, we are prepared to hit corners.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With, you know what I mean, subscriptions and etc. so on and so forth. We yeah. It's like, yeah, we're taking this back to nickel and dime.
Amen.
We're not selling ounces.
Not yet.
Period. We gonna always have runners. That's the way we gonna be able to create the people that we need to further the project. So, yo, if you hungry, if you got something you need, you want to be out there in the hip hop world, come see Image. Come see Image Age. Come holler at us. You got us on Facebook. You got us on YouTube.
We
know
also-
where we at. OG Sam, holler at your boy.
OG Slam, we like it.
Let me just run another, thing by you real quick. We got something we do every Wednesday. It's the live streaming where we invite artists to come promote themselves. Whatever they do, you could be a singer, rapper, you know.
Magic. You can do magic.
Yeah, magic. All that funny. Hey yo, live streaming every Wednesday. Contact me about that. At Still E Hitters on Instagram, and just let me know. You can slide through. You can promote your music. We'll let you perform 2 songs. We'll give you an interview. It's a live streaming on Facebook, coming straight from Image Age Productions, and we do it each and every Wednesday, 7-8. All right.
I like that.
So we really want the young people to come out though. It's like all ages. I'm actually trying to reach out to those of y'all who are in like the middle school, the intermediary age. It's like because you are the most impressionable. And I don't know if your message is gonna hear me, but to your parents and anybody else who might be listening, we're good people. We want to make hip hop accessible to our youth, and so we can start from the ground up with a good message. Peace.
Hey, let me ask you this question. Back to the whole Testament thing. So, who was some of the people there's some people that still doing it now, like Family,
All of us.
Dry Fish,
Pork chop.
Pork Chop, your girl Farrah.
Yes, facts.
Talk about the show that she had last month.
Yo, you know what? Unfortunately, I'm not actually adverse to say I know that much about what she did, but Farrah and I, we still have much love for each other. She hollers at me, I holler at her. I haven't been in contact, and that's on my fault. Farrah, I love you. Specs, holler at your boy. We all rap forever. You know what I'm saying? And to
What's up with Snow, yo?
I mean, yo, Snow, you know what I mean? Mr. White, he does what he does, you know what I'm saying? This my brother Snow. If you out there listening, you know what I mean? Holla at me. Yo, hey, you know what it is. Yo, to all my members of the task, this is a call to arms. You know what I'm saying? We are at war with many different factors. It's time that we put our message and our music out there for the people. And not just for ourselves to listen to and you know what I mean, give ourselves pats on the back. But we need to do this for the second, and third, and fourth generations. They need access to good hip hop. And I mean, I'm thankful that Terry T, DJ Booby, and all of the guards are coming back home to the city today. You know what I'm saying? To do what they do, because I came up listening to AM radio. That was where original dudes, yes, WEBB. That's where original cats got it. For those of you who don't know, hip hop started on AM. We weren't always on that. There was never a 92Q. There was V103 and you know, various other iterations.
Thank you for making that clear, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But there needs to be said, there is a hip hop community in Baltimore. And I mean, you know what I'm saying, we've been on the scene since the inception.
And won't go nowhere.
We will not leave. This is a real thing.
I can't get rid of Wombat.
For those of you who don't know, hip hop is real and alive in Baltimore, the same way that jazz was with Billie Holiday and Cab Calloway. You know what I mean? And you Blake, understand that hip hop also has a presence here, and it's bigger than Pennsylvania Avenue. Don't let them tell you different.
Yeah, they actually made Pennsylvania Avenue the new Black's Art District.
Yes.
So that's shout out to that, and that's some good stuff. Very pop out in that area.
All right, man. Let's get into that last joint, man, that they sent us.
You and me?
You and me. Yep, we gonna drop that joint, man.
Featuring Jam on.
And depending on how I feel, I might play this song Wombat asked me to play. Wombat wanna get love on every, you know what I'm saying?
Why not?
And then we're gonna drop this. We're gonna drop this instrumental and let y'all go on. We might slide into this weekend in hip hop.
Yeah.
So it depends on how I feel. Cause it's my show.
Yeah.
Just letting you hit.
I get it, boss.
True School Flavor coming at you live. Coming at you live from Power 4.4 Radio. We'll be back.
Just you and me. Just you and me.
I'm just thankful to have a show that Facebook can't kick us off.
Hey man, thank you for having us, yo. I don't know what it took you to put this together, yo.
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
Awesome,
I definitely appreciate it.
This is a beauty salon.
Yo, this is terrible.
Since the day we started our show.
Yeah, throwing y'all under the bus like 4 times.
I keep throwing y'all like yo. Since day one, there's certain people I call. You're like, yo, you know I got a show, right? You the same way when you show up. Yeah, it's called Fire Blaze.
Fire Blaze.
Yeah, old ones and all that. Man, I come from time.
Listen, breathe.
It's a lot of it.
20 minutes. 20 minutes. Let me leave.
Listen, baby, 'cause I got my mind on crazy. The mother boy crazy. Listen, baby, you know they got my mind on crazy. The mother boy, I think I really kind of like you. The way the fat boys like fried food. That like it's now makes me smile blue. I can see my ride with the chickens with the fried food. Or places with the flag with your mind blue. Or inhibitions and submissions with your eyes blue. You can be like me with your knife. But I think you can smell and they keep back in eyes blue.
It's called Fire Blaze 2 words. All that 55
Just you and me.
I thought you had did a song with Frody.
We're back on True School Flavor. All my guests done got up and left me, so I guess me and Saw just finished off the show.
Good.
Wombat over here trying to find this. This is what I put in right there, bro. Real quick though, man, I again want to invite everybody out tonight, man. If you have the opportunity, come out to the downtown Cultural Arts Center. They are putting on what I know. What I know will be probably one of the dopest parties in the city. Shout out to my man DJ Terry T. Thank you for coming through the station and blessing us the other day. Where it is, DJ Booby has landed and is ready to get his thing on.
Shout out to Sean.
DJ the Kenny K. They even got Sean Marshall coming through the rock.
It's gonna be a beautiful day in Baltimore.
It's always a beautiful day in Baltimore.
I lived here all my life. That's always stuff. Yeah.
In Baltimore. We do got some time, so let me real quick shoot through some history, man. This is basically for the week of August the 8th through the 17th, man. On August the 8th, 2015, rest in peace, my man Sean P., who we actually mentioned earlier today, passed away. August the 9th, 1994, the Gravediggers released their debut album, 6 Feet Deep. August the 10th, 1999, Def Jam released the compilation Violated, an album. And that featured Busta Rhymes, LL Cool J, Tribe Called Quest, and a whole lot of other, well, not Tribe, but I think it was just Q-Tip, and a whole lot of other people on that. So shout out to them for that, man. I made a mistake and hit the back. Where? Okay, here we go right here. August the 11th, 1979, Ali Shaheed Muhammad of Tribe Called Quest was born. August 11th, 1973, DJ Kool Herc threw his back to school jam. That was probably one of the initial hip hop
birthday.
Yeah. August the 12th, 1968, happy birthday, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Wombat's favorite rapper. August the 12th, 1972. Happy birthday to Del the Funky Homo Sapien.
Oh yeah.
August the 13th, 1991, Cypress Hill releases their debut album. What was the name of this track? It just says
Cypress Hill?
It was probably called Cypress Hill. Ha! Check this one out. August the 14th, 1990, NWA released the EP 100 Miles and Running.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was right after Cube left, right?
Yeah,
because
that 100 Miles and Running was a mean.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, because Cube mentioned the 100 Miles and Running in his diss back. And if I jack you, no, in the Jack one for Beach Joint. Yeah. And if I jack you in, you keep coming. That's 100 miles and running. Yeah. August the 14th, 1983, Black Milk was born. Not for
Wow, really?
Yeah, not for
The Black Milk?
Yep.
Ooh.
Today,
finish my list.
one thing real quick. At Harlem Park, they have
RBG.
Marcus Garvey Day.
Yeah, Marcus Garvey.
today?
49th annual.
49th annual.
Hold on, let me finish this. We're gonna talk about that for a second. August the 16th, 1994, Organized Confusion released their second album, The Extinction Agenda. August the 17th, 1995, the final episode of my favorite show, Yo MTV Raps. Yo MTV Raps, the final show. August the 17th, 1993, my dude Scarface released his second solo album, The World Is Yours. August the 17th, 1999, rest in peace to Prodigy, Mobb Deep released their fourth album, Murder Music. August the 17th, 1969, happy birthday to Paz the Noose of De La Soul.
Part two.
That was one. Yeah, that was one. Real quick, just to touch on what Wombat was just talking about. What this? You see what time that starts?
Starting now.
It's now. It's going on now at Harlem Park. Yeah, the 49th annual. I didn't even know that this was going on until last week when the girl Charlene mentioned it to me. The 49th annual Marcus Garvey celebration.
Okay.
They said that they want to do something really, really special.
Yeah,
for the
red,
50th.
black, and green. Well, yeah. And what's going to happen is, I think for the 50th, they're going to kind of bridge the gap because it's not a lot of this generation that's involved in that celebration. Half this generation probably don't even know who Marcus Garvey is, to be honest with you. But today, on that field at Harlem Park, they're going to create a human red, black, and green flag. That's cool. And they're going to have the drones up high taking a picture. So if you go out to that event today, come in either a red t-shirt, a black t-shirt, or a green t-shirt and be a part of that. And Power 4.4, we're going to be a part of what they're going to do for the 15th. Salute to them, man, because like I said, it's sad that something that big is going on in the city. And half the people don't even know about it. But Charlene explained to me that because it's been going on for 49 years, a lot of people that are organizing it are, kind of the elder generation, and they just haven't really included, our generation and the generations below us. So now, as they're going into that 50-year celebration, they want to, pull everybody in so that we can really, make that big, because Marcus Garvey, he's important to our culture.
Freedom is a road seldom traveled by the multitude.
This guy right here, man, he's been dropping jewels on us all day.
That was that dude. Sean, Ron, and John,
Use the words of
the
it.
Testament.
But real quick, man, I appreciate you guys, man, for sitting in here with us for a couple hours, man. And just continuing to spread that knowledge and that history of Baltimore hip hop, man. I love having these conversations, and every time Wombat get one of y'all in here, man, I learn a lot more that I didn't know about, what was going on in our city, man. So salute to you guys. I want to remind everybody to tune in tonight from 7 to 9 in the spotlight with Baltimore Paparazzi. She will be in the building. And her host tonight is one of my favorite MCs, and he's actually from Annapolis, and he goes by the name of Kojo. If you don't know about him, check him out. He's a monster. He's a monster. He has this one song that I love when he performs. It's like him talking to his alter ego. So he'll have his hat forward when he's rapping him, and then he'll flip his hat real quick and move around and rap the alter. He's dope, man. Shout out to Kojo. Looking forward to having him up in the building today, man. So without further ado, Burn by Mobb Deep was the song that was requested for the instrumental. So we're gonna turn it. Wombat, you usually go first, man.
I'm on first.
We're gonna go ahead and drop this joint, man. Like Wombat said, man, it's a beautiful day in Baltimore. It's a lot going on, man. Go out there, enjoy what we got going on. Put the damn guns down, man. Pick up a book.
Yeah.
Pick up something other than just pick up some love, man. That's what we need to do. We need to pick up some love, man. But we're gonna get into this joint, and we'll be back next Saturday. I never know who the guest's gonna be till they come through the door. So who knows who we gonna have? We might have Barack Obama in here next time. But we gonna get into this joint, man. We gonna let them take us out, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this beat.
Alright, let me see.
Good action. You got one?
It's the NAPS, don't give me no BS. You be swimming with the fish and the sharks in the deepest ocean we can find. Got the potion on my mind, that's why I'm able to grind with these words I can rhyme. In my prime like Optimus, transform the riders. I be the dopest lyricist in the world. Who's stopping us? Nobody. Move out my way, I'm ready to spray like raid across your face. No way you can escape. Okay, KK, you've been afraid of it since you see me penetrating. I'ma renovate. Room 1408, so get it straight, little brother. I'm ready to touch you with these words and let them crush your bone structure. Nothing you can do but keep panicking. Hope you boys practicing. It's all out shenanigans. You heard it from the man against the world like Tupac. Oh, don't you know I got flavor like new airs fresh out of the shoebox. SOS top, we shoot on sight of light. If you got a problem with it, come spit it or get dropped.
Y'all look at y'all. Y'all said I got soul like fresh airs out the shoebox.
Maryland Turpin, when them shells pop, you turn his breath like yo, it's Wombat off the top, I flip, it's Wombat, I rock and I skip. Yo, like acrobats, it's Wombat, my tactic is fat, like freaks at Hammerjacks, throw that rock and iron raunchy. But I'm still raunchy, they launch me off the top of the roof cause it's Wombat, see? I be rocking it for real with the copping. Still phone bags for real, I took the kids shopping and got clothes yesterday. And then yesterday I had to throw stuff away, I got my pants that be fit. Got shoes for the sneakers. It's Wombat for real coming through in speakers. I was done it when I wrote this. So after this, my goal is free when I rap on tracks. I'm running stuff. Let me relay that. TJ's terrific. Terrific is Wombat. Rip off the arm that. Try to touch me on contact. My crew be all that. We battle Stormcast, Farm Rats, set the date. Illegal fatal there. All the combat. So bomb that and back the F up. With your khaki talking, smacking soft, facing their face. They break north. This ain't no tongue relay. I'm running off the TJ or Chloe. Niggas know me. I'm never phony. Pass the mic to my homie on the right.
Hey yo, just for the record, he stole 6 of those balls. Just for the record. Some of that stuff sounded real familiar, bro.
I got an inner problem. I can't even do it. My catch me saying.
Come on, Fly, give us one more. Give us one more. Back to you.
Still conscious, yo, you know I'm on this. I got my man Apple on the right of me. I got my brother Terry Wombat on the right side of me. You know what? These raps will rock you to sleep, but they might well be killed. NaspstAr still spill a freestyle off the top of the grill. I rock a gold watch because I'm just that fly. I let this beat, this called Burn from the Mobb Deep guy. Don't make me straight hit you, yo, directly in your eye with rhymes. I be the one that do this type all the time. I flow, I do it deadly. Your raps ain't heavy, they like. You need to stop it, man. We can't even fight. And when I grab the mic, you get touched. That old school flavor, I gotta eat you up now and later. I got flavor like some now and laters. Hit the corner store, cop them all more and more. That boy be the best when he rap and get hype. You know what's up, man? Yo, we like the right, yo. We like to kill beats and all that. You know you can't rap cause you're all flat. I be back with the Maryland bucket, you know, name tuck it, I sip it. Quench my thirst, but hold up first. I'ma go outside and smoke a black and mild. Chill, man, for a minute. Have a coke and a smile, bitch.
Yo, I ain't the best writer, but catch me in the gift. I'm always blessing you. Call me Santa Claus. I ain't lost. I ain't never taking loss. My name is Young Pip. I roll with the squad. I hit you real hard at the top of your dome. Don't ever play with me. I come in the back of your home. Hit you with the back of the chrome. Don't ever play with me.
That's for free. That's for free. That's for free.
Oh, man, take us out. With your own bars, yo. Leave my stuff.
Yo, where you find my curses and cursive. Florida rappers with rattles and battles with my verses, your verses, practice, rehearse if you have to. But I ask you, if it's the penny for thoughts, how much taxes do you feel the rap? Cause you, the beat stopped and I stopped. It's long bad on T.O.P. The top.
That was fun, man. That was fun. I knew it was gonna be fun as soon as I stepped in the door.
I can't rap right now.
Just talk for 2 hours.
I know, but talking is different from flowing.
We got a little freestyle session.
This song called Fire Blaze. It's your way, old road. You don't get that.
Beverly Francis, what's up, sis?
Old road.
Let's see y'all next Saturday.
From Testament to me.
Old Road Church.
Look, man.
Oh, this all right?
Yeah. Look.
I'ma shine like I'm supposed to. Rule number 1, believe nobody owes you nothing. So I hustle all the time. Rise and I grind, keep that paper on my mind. Walk back, hit my phone like what up, shots up. Call of Duty on my way, lay it down proper. More fire, more buzz than Obama. Showstopper, old girl. I never heard of him. Austin in the roof, no place like home, rep that Baltimore murder. Yeah, this is real as it gets. Everybody rap but they don't sound like this. Yeah, we the last of a dying breed. Real rap, real boy, floating on a yacht and waiting for y'all.
Flippers and they boy want chest. Wrist like I'm flipping out them pussy on the chest. Body on the floor, no matter what, we want the rest. Body more storage, I leave the face. Fire off it blaze and they boy want chest. Wrist like I'm flipping out them pussy on the chest. Body on the floor, no matter what, we want the rest. Body more storage, just pick up, we the best.
Cross my line, wrist round, cross my line.
Talk about this.
Velocity, and just fine. Fucking jewelry, my mentals will shine. Monumentals combined with instrumentals, be ripping through you.
Are you serious? Wow. I mean, did you ever see that documentary when he did to get the actual
Breeze in your chest to make your lungs cease taking breath. Faking
You watch the gun down the road?
for the exits. I'm selfish.
You following your church?
Turkeys in my circle, I'm sexist.
No, I've seen him before though. Yeah, it's like, yo, that guy, but when he did, that's those two guys. Young Church St. Herb was.
We the E. coli bacteria infecting your area with 6 slang. Plus I'm off the chain. Often bring a verse with me that'll slit your fucking veins. My mind works pains, so I'm not quite the same. But I'm constant with the aim and got 100-mile range of danger. Fueled by anger, I crack more heads than them ready swingers. Hit your squad like a whole army of headbangers.
Fire off it blaze and they boy want chest. Wrist like I'm flipping out them pussy.
Yeah, I've seen. I mean, but it's not even about the damn dude.
Baltimore soldiers, we gon' be the best. Fire off it blaze and the boy want chest. Wrist like I'm flipping out them pussy whole chest. Body on the floor, no matter worry about the rest. Baltimore soldiers, we gon' be the best.
Spit it real flow. Something you can feel, yo, the beat knocks like Naples, the bass kicks like steel truck. And if you're asking, can I bust this indeed, damn right. Hey bud, have a good time, no seed right, no sticks out of sight. Stones break bones and they ain't light. I know that's right. The whole pack roll backwards cause they can't fight. And that shit ain't right. I know what it's like to see your dreams not quite take flight. You just can't get it right. You'll be trying to fall your life. Life gives you lemons mixing with ice within the Sprite limelight. Keep your mission in sight. You can sleep tight at night. Get your vision right. Just don't give up the fight. The moonlight at midnight is so bright tonight. The vibe is only unite.
Hopefully you'll see the light. You my lyrics excite. Well, tonight is not your night. I'm married to one and get out my face, go fly kite. Don't I rhyme tight? I ignite and take flight. You know, I don't play games, but go like right. Eat my dog, so you never had to feel my bite. Don't get too fucked up, start tripping rude, and I gotta get you fucked up. Come in peace and leave in pieces, alright. Hey yo, where's my life? Fire off a blaze and them boy want test. Wrestler I'm flipping at them pussy whole chest. Body on the floor, no matter worry about the rest. Baltimore soldiers, big up, we the best. Fire off a blaze and them boy want test. Wrestler I'm flipping at them pussy whole chest. Body on the floor, no matter worry about the rest. Baltimore soldiers, big up, we the best.
Yeah, Trish Full Flavor every week. Sorry. This is free. Tell a friend, tell a friend.
Tell a friend, tell a long baby.
Tell a friend, we out.
Yeah.
See y'all at the next.
Where we at, Nip?
Man, we
See y'all at the next. See y'all around. Stay tuned, stay live, stay
We ain't playing Nipsey Hussle song.
positive.